Hey, welcome back to another episode of Aderjaeger, only our second one in 2018. After many a trial and tribulation, we are back on the air after what feels like forever, and actually technically was almost forever. Tonight we are joined by some of our regular heroes. We have Brita, Berthold, uh, Elena, Jurgen, and a new member of the group, Hans Schmidt, who just joined on their boat ride down from Forsheim. For those of you who don't remember, and we won't blame you because it's been a while, the God of Damarung had traveled all the way from Forsheim down the river to Nagold. And there, had discovered that in this old Roman trade town, that they had been bribing adders to stay away. Specifically using large piles of meat carried out in armored carts to an old stone altar to dissuade a sort of ethereal adder called the Lindworm that seemed to light the trees aburst with blue flame but never consumed them. And this, just before bedtime and settling down, is where our heroes had started to make decisions that they should investigate. And that brings us right back to the action. Players, it's on you.
So it's morning now.
It's actually still evening when we left off.
I believe Berthold went back inside and he probably grabbed a porter or somebody to help him get into his plate harness because he ain't going out there unarmored.
So I guess this leads to what the rest would you like to do? Do you want to investigate tonight, or do you feel it'll take care of itself?
Oh no, that heresy needs to be investigated. Let's get a porter and get into armor.
Okay.
Rita's gonna go load her gun.
Well, our somewhat reluctant and non-reluctant heroes begin their prep. Eric, who had basically given you a place to stay, seems very confused why you all are so concerned about the lights. He actually approaches Hans and asks, is this normal? Do you all tend to run off into the forest to investigate strange lights?
I mean, I do. I don't know about these guys. I see weird stuff. I'm all about that.
Are you not with them?
Only just recently.
Oh. I'm sorry, my understanding of Aderjaeger is quite limited. We do business with them, but they tend not to stay in our inns. They prefer the larger ones up in Call, or I suppose they did. I guess not anymore. So I guess I should start learning.
It's a bit tough to be picky.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, it's a small town here. We mostly are warehouses, but I guess we'll adapt as long as there's coin to be made. That long, stringy one, sharp face, frowning all the time. Does he have a name?
Brita is kind of pissing herself.
Jurgen's frowning about this.
You mean the frowny fellow?
Sharp face!
Elena's having a hard time keeping a straight face.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to pry. He looks familiar. I swear I've seen his like in Adershield before.
Can Jurgen hear this?
If you want.
Yeah, I figured we were all like.
I'm assuming you all are in the courtyard. You would be inside, but not like, it's not a big building.
Well, at that, Jurgen, if Jurgen hears that, he's gonna perk up. What do you mean, familiar?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to gossip. You looked very familiar. I've seen. Well, there's a man from the Order of Saint Michael who looks remarkably similar to you. Well, unfortunately, they don't speak very kindly of him in Adershield, but he does. You do look very similar. He has a rather particular, well, I guess a nickname he's acquired. He's not particularly fond of it.
That nickname being?
They call him Ferret Face.
Berthold nearly burst out of his curious laughing.
Ferret face.
Yes, very sharp features.
Elena's lost her composure.
Yeah, Brita never had any.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm sorry.
You don't happen to know this gentleman's Christian name, do you?
Jurgen, no.
Unfortunately not. I know he's with the Order of Saint Michael, however.
Jurgen, I
Very
didn't know you
strict
had a
man.
brother.
I have 6.
Oh.
Well then, are they all Weasley?
Like,
No, they're Wolfsons, not Weasleys.
Oh my god.
he's actually
They're not
a ginger.
gingers. I'm sorry. That was
Elena looks perplexed, not understanding Harry
That was
Potter references.
completely
Has
out
that
of
hasn't
character.
been invented yet.
That was 100% out of character. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, sir. I know that there's like a thing ravaging your town in the forest. It's just like this is
Can you point us towards
gold.
Hogwarts? The train there hasn't been invented yet. Also, we need to burn it down. Because it's heresy.
Well, you'll have to go to dock 9 3/4 and just walk straight into the river.
Wait. If he is a Weasley, then does that mean that he's from a family of witches?
Obviously, we
Which
have
One
to
of
burn
us
him
is
now.
the Mudblord.
God.
So that was a long tangent, but
It's okay. It's okay. Anyway, back on topic. No, I just know that he's considered a rather cruel man. Hence the name.
Elena would elbow Jurgen. You know, I didn't know you had a brother in the Order of Saint Michael.
Neither did I. This man,
What do
he
you
comes
know of
through.
your brothers?
Here's the part where we reveal that I haven't elaborated that much on Jurgen's backstory.
Oops.
So Jurgen just kind of glares at Brita.
Okay.
Here's the part where the GM just leaves it to you on whether or not you actually want this connected to your backstory, or if you want it just too much of a passing similarity.
Let's go ahead and say this is connected to his backstory, and we can talk about that
Okay.
later.
Yes, we can. Okay then. Moving on though, the lights seem to actually, as you notice, you can actually see the carts of meat as they're now coming back out of the forest, and you can see these glowing lights sort of moving closer to where you assume the altar must be. Certainly where the carts had gone. Probably not more than a few 100 meters away from the outer town wall.
Berthold would slap the porter upside the head a little bit. So they're like, "Oh, hurry up!" It's like, what would I do for a squire? Oh,
The porter falls over unconscious because he got slapped with a gauntlet in hand.
I never said he
God.
finished the gauntlet yet.
You need to stop hitting people. They're like dead immediately.
Hey, Brita, I think we could use some of those humors now.
Yeah, I'm not using them on an NPC. Sorry, Elena.
What's an NPC, Brita?
Don't worry about it.
Elena just goes back to biting her nails. Are you sure you don't need humors?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Please stop doing that. I'm not cleaning up your hands.
Well, if the porter is unconscious, then Bertolt would struggle as fast as he can to put the rest of his armor on. He'd probably be hopping around at some point, trying to ask some of the party members to help him.
Brita, would you please assist Bertolt
Oh,
with his armor?
boy.
Before
I'm
you
on
get a
it.
chance, Storch actually steps forward and like literally grabs the harness for the pants and just pulls him up, literally almost by your bootstraps, even though he's balancing on one leg and a stump. Which sort of helps you halfway in your armor. Come on, we ain't got all day for this.
Elena
You're
props up the
completely right, sir.
porter.
You're gonna knocking down the help. We need them. Who's gonna move the cart? Move the carriages. Are you?
I just give him a love tap.
He doesn't need a love. He doesn't have a family. What he needs is coin.
He doesn't even have a name, for God's sake.
I'm sorry. That's Jim Porter. Have some
Oh,
respect for the
My
man.
bad. My fucking bad.
Can Elena try to shake him awake?
You sure can.
Is that a circumstance roll?
No, that'd be probably choleric roll, wouldn't it?
Yeah, choleric. Oh.
Yeah, that'd be choleric roll.
Oh.
Motherfucker.
So you kind of shake him and you try to slap him, and just as you're about to slap him, he kind of regains consciousness, and you slap when he passes out again.
Elena, stop! Everyone stop hitting this poor creature.
Elena throws up her hands, which means her hands are no longer holding the
Good
porter
lord.
up, which means the porter falls on the ground.
She's just baby shaking him.
Just everyone walk away from this man.
Jurgen's sitting there with his gauntleted hand pressed to the bridge of his nose, and he's just rubbing the bridge of his nose like a headache's really developing.
Eric with a K is just standing back watching you all doing this, and just it is either somewhere between highly amused at the show that's going on and very confused. And he actually leans over again to Hans and says, Are all Aderjaegers like this?
Liam. Liam.
Huh?
Oh my Jesus.
Sorry, I had
Your
background
Hans.
noise. What's up?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. Are all Aderjaeger like this? Do they regularly abuse their hired help?
I honestly have no clue. I'm new to this whole gig.
Oh,
I don't know what these schmucks are doing.
I
There's
guess
a
that's right.
love
You
tap.
did say you're new to them, new to this group. All right. Well, I suppose if you all are heading out, I'll go have the servants turn down your beds and get some water boiling. I'm assuming you'll need it. Till then, I guess I'll leave you all to your devices. Good night. He kind of turns and walks backwards and looks over his shoulder so he's not quite turning his back to you all, and then shuffles inside and starts yelling at the servants to do their various jobs.
From a distance, you can hear Elena yell, "Is he bleeding?"
No, Jim Porter is not bleeding. Jim Porter is unconscious. Jim Porter is probably only about 12 years old.
Christ.
God, we've abused a child.
I mean, that's pretty typical for this setting, but moving on, Bertolt, you're able to get your armor on after a little bit of struggle and Storch's help. Jim Porter is carried away by Jack and John Porter. No relation. And you all
Your
are
names are
free to
bad, you should
begin
feel
your
bad.
investigation if you like.
Onward, Aderjaeger. Go to Damrung answers the call.
As you shout this, someone actually pokes their head out the window. Be quiet, it's late!
This is off to a wonderful start.
Shh. They said I need to be quiet.
I wasn't raising my voice.
So how do you want to approach this? Quietly, loudly, clankingly?
Well, there's only so much sneaking you can do in plate armor unless we have scouts go ahead, which looks like probably a good idea.
Hey, scout characters, go ahead and scout.
Yeah,
Elena,
Elena.
I guess, will scout ahead and climb a tree. My one skill, tree climbing.
It's a decent skill. Give me a roll.
There. That's a thing, right?
That's a thing. I will accept that as a thing. And take you to... Where is it? There it is. Oh, come on now. Look, is everyone still online?
We should.
Yeah,
Did
we
you
are, okay. Sorry, I just was doing strange
of
things.
meat?
I'm not showing any dropped frames.
Okay. So I guess, Elena, you're the first one there. The rest of the folks are not, so we'll just move them out of the way.
I can't move my own.
No, you probably can't.
No, I can only move Hans.
Same.
All right. That means it's not saving again, which is wonderful. Actually, everyone should be able to move there. Wow. Okay, that's not right.
No, it's not working. I gotta move.
All right.
Now I
Now I
can
can move
move
Brita.
mine.
Yeah, now I can move Brita.
Working on it.
I can move myself.
Working on it.
Stop moving, Brita.
All right. You're not in the meat. Get out of there.
Become one
That
with the meat.
meat is for Brita.
Oh my god.
There
That's
are
a
some
sin.
frames that are getting skipped by the by. I have open advanced stats.
Oh, that's fun.
That's odd. It shouldn't be, because I'm showing no issue on my end with OBS.
It might. I don't think it's on our end, but it does show 26 skipped frames. But
26 is not a huge issue
No.
with the frame rate
Yeah.
we're playing this.
no, I'm just saying that if you were seeing some skippage, that might be why.
No, it had loaded me onto a video and wanted to autoplay past videos, so I
Oh,
fixed it.
weird.
That's my fault.
All right then.
I don't know why I just did that.
Anyway, as you climb a tree, it's very hard to tell. It's very, very dense, but you can kind of see the road passing through, and in a small clearing, there's a pile of meat, dead horses, oxen, massive slabs of pork and whatnot. Probably, probably day-old butchers, leftovers, and some choice meat too, but mostly, leftover things.
How smelly is it?
It's pretty smelly. There's definitely flies already starting to accumulate.
And do you say that we knew that they had put that out today?
Oh, you literally watched them roll the carts out,
Okay.
and it was explained to you what was going on by Eric.
Right.
You can see lights in the trees, but you can't see what's causing them.
Is there any way to try to get a better look at those? Is there one that's not too close to the meat pile that I could investigate?
I mean, there's quite a few that are not near the meat pile. That one, this one, but they're all going to require some significant agility test to get to because you've got to hop tree to tree. And these are big trees.
We're gonna go for that one.
Okay. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3 tests.
All right. Let's watch me fall.
I see 1. Okay, what do you have? Oh, no, that 9 works. 8 is the question, though. What do you have that would win on ties? What talent do you have? would be appropriate.
Talent. All right, I need to pull up my actual character sheet.
That would help you.
Sorry.
It's all right. So you got 2 good successes. So I'm going to put you probably here-ish. Oh, wait, well, let me do it.
I know I had like tree climbing or something as a thing before.
There's somewhere in
Talent.
here, probably.
Talent, sleight of hand, hook and chain, tracking and trapping.
Can you justify any of those?
Could justify the hook and chain because she's going to be using that to move from tree to tree.
Okay, but you're also going to be making noise if you do it that way. Agreed? I mean, you're using a hook and a chain. Do you expect to be doing that so silently?
Okay, fine. Okay.
I mean, just that's all I'm saying.
No, you're right. You're right.
I absolutely see how that would let you move and succeed, but I don't see how that would let you do so silently. You're able to then successfully get over to here, but as you do, the light moves.
Where does it move to?
It moves closer to the meat and away from you.
Oh god, I can move. All right, spooky. Elena grabs a piece of wood because that's all that's around her is wood, and throws it in the direction of the light.
Okay. Before you do that, how far back are you all staying? Are you staying completely out of the way and waiting for her to come back, or are you all approaching and she's doing this at the same time?
I would say we're approaching, but she's just gone ahead.
Okay. How far ahead did you think you would give Elena?
Maybe 100
How much do you
meters?
trust me, Jürgen?
Okay, so
How
she'd get like a
squirrely is
30-second lead.
Okay, so about the time that you're going to complete this is about... Oh, excuse me. Nope. There we go. About the time you complete that is about the time that they're going to make it to the very sort of like headway of the path. I have to excuse my phone. I apologize. My wife just got off work. No, back here, Bertolt. No, too far. No, oh, okay. You don't have to be that far back. All right. Somewhere in there. That works. All right. Give me a... Oh, you're throwing a piece of wood?
Yeah.
Okay,
with
so
my
that
totally wonderful choleric roll, probably.
that would be choleric, yeah. If it was a trained item or a manufactured item, that would be phlegmatic. That would be a miss.
Yeah, that would be.
That would indeed be a miss. You kind of just throw a stick, and through sort of maybe it's luck or providence or just strangeness, there's the sound of the stick hitting the tree, bouncing off, falling several rungs, and all of a sudden you hear "ow," and then there's "shh" as an immediate response. And about this time, you all would be walking into the immediate map area that we have now. So you can take action. What Elena just heard would not be as easily heard from there, but if someone wants to roll, they could perhaps discern it.
What would that be?
Melancholic, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, calculating methodical.
I'll give it a shot. I hear nothing.
You do not hear it.
Can't hear shit, Captain.
Okay, then. Elena, you can kind of hear your troop walking into the clearing in their armor and everything. And again, I don't... Yeah, no, that's a true miss.
Well, she's going to be kind of freaked out a little bit by the fact that she heard voices like relatively close to her, probably like right below her, right? Since she totally missed.
Not directly below her, actually a little more like somewhere in here, this area.
Oh, her aim is better than I thought with the two.
Well, you missed the tree over here, so it's somewhere over here-ish.
All right. Elena is gonna try to quietly make her way back towards the troop of people that are
Okay.
our people. You gotta roll again.
No. If you're just doing so via the old path, I'll let you just do it this time.
All right,
That
yeah.
would be slow. You're not trying to move up on anybody, so.
No, I'm just. So she's still gonna be in a tree. And she's gonna be like.
But she's going to be above them.
Yeah, and she's gonna go. Psst.
Hark, a noise in the trees. Shoot it.
Jurgen, no.
Okay, that's phlegmatic. I believe that's an
No.
opposed roll.
No.
Rita raises her gun and says, "Hi, Elena."
Hi. Thanks for the vote of confidence, guys.
Did you find anything?
I don't know. There's these weird blue lights that move when I get too close to them. I tried throwing something at them, and I kind of missed. And I hit something else instead, and it sounded like a person. And
Elena.
it was over yonder. What?
You're a scout, not a sniper. Why are you throwing things?
It's a weird blue light. I'm not gonna go up to it to say hi.
Yeah,
Why
you
don't we-
look at it and you come back and tell us what you saw. You're a scout.
I didn't see. That's the problem. I couldn't get close to it. It kept moving away.
Be that as it may, you said you heard what?
A person that they said, ow, I have better aim than Brita, apparently, when it comes to throwing
Oh!
Would you lower your damned voice?
I don't know. Does anybody see that the lights are getting closer?
Oh, they are.
things. Yeah, you guys want to do something about that?
Yeah,
You
go
should
stick it with
maybe
my
throw something
poleaxe.
else at them.
How about I throw you?
I have a gun.
Still have better aim with my stick.
Someone
Bertle
please
is
knock
going
her
to
out of the tree.
Look around, see if he can see if it is a good, if he can actually see anything now that he's closer.
There's, as you sort of look towards the blue lights, all you really see is a surprisingly bright blue light, but it's diffused. Like, it is a definite source of illumination behind the tree, sort of shining down towards you, but it's hard to really tell what's causing it. And you can't really see much. It silhouettes the tree that's in front of it and sort of removes the shadows behind
What
it.
about below them?
Below them?
Yeah.
Below the lights, you see tree.
Like no, like there's like no bushes or anything like that. Right? Nobody
Oh, there's
can
all
hide
sorts
again?
of. There's ground cover, but there doesn't seem to be any. Like there's no. Hold on a sec. Let me pull up a picture as a reference. If we go back to our day forest picture, there are rocks and the sort of little things that you can see on the ground, but there's not like big hedgerows or anything like that. Just very big trees, very bushy evergreens, those kind of things. Very dark forest at night. And it's even made even worse because this light is sort of trained on you. So it kind of removes shadows from the immediate area behind the light. Because even the moon is not brighter than these lights.
Bertolt would lean over to Jurgen and whisper, maybe we should try to flank one of them.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, Cog.
He said he'd try to whisper to Jurgen to potentially go and try to flank one of them.
I think it may be best if we stick together. With this terrain and how many of them there are, it would be easy for us to get surrounded.
Fair enough. And then I guess Bertolt would be approach one of the closest ones. Right down here.
As you approach, you notice the light sort of pans down. It seems to be a somewhat directional light, and it sort of illuminates you from above, up in the tree.
Oh, shit.
And as you get closer to the tree, another light source, this one right here, specifically, actually, can you even see that I'm on the right level? Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
that's it.
that one points towards you and illuminates you as well.
Bertolt's feeling a little uneasy right now, being lit up by two unnatural light sources.
Jurgen's
So,
not uneasy. He's gonna call out to the dark. Show yourself, heathens!
Can Elena ready her hook?
Yes.
Elena readies her hook.
Yeah, Brita's gun's been loaded. She's just gonna kind of shoulder it a little bit better now.
As Jurgen shouts out, 3 lights directly transpose on Jurgen, shining directly in his face as much as possible.
You know, guys, Elena's still kind of like whisper yelling at this point. I don't think it's a really smart idea for us to be yelling at the thing that they're feeding the food to.
I think you should shoot it.
Sure,
Well, we
with
don't
my
know
gun.
what it is.
It glows like heresy to me.
I've never known how heresy glows.
Like adder blood. Show
Alright.
yourself, monsters!
How thick are the trees that they're like really big, like oak kind of trees?
Yes, they're big, old trees. The kind of like old world kind of trees that built all the ships that conquered the New World, or would have later.
Don't have my fancy weapon yet. Can't chop them down just yet.
Nope. not yet.
Is everything very dry around here? Is the wood wet?
No. No, it's been a fairly moist. Remember, this is early spring.
Okay.
You came down with the first real significant thaw.
All right. That's
So
all I
things are
wanted
pretty
to
wet.
Well,
I was actually sorry if you want. I was gonna actually respond to Jurgen, who was shouting at them to come down. Is that a are you being provocative?
I am being provocative.
I mean, in the strictly using a move sense, provocative is what I'm talking about.
No, I'm not using a move.
Okay, well, see,
yeah.
I needed to know that.
Are you
Actually-
sensually?
Uh-oh.
Uno momento.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Okay.
say that's a litany of hate directed at the nearest light.
He's yelling at lights.
I
This
hate
one right
you,
here?
blue firefly.
That one right there that I just pinged.
Such
Okay.
a little weasel man.
You've got to say more than show yourself.
Show
Show
your
yourself, monster.
Open sesame?
Cower
Here's-
not in the dark, you foul monstrosity. Come down and face the righteousness of God's children. You cowardly little shit.
Language.
Okay.
England.
Roll. Because move has a roll. That succeeds, and I'm gonna give you that gives you +2. Can someone please take save that we have 2 points in momentum right now?
Hoo-hoo.
I will get a token that does that later, but for now, 2 points in momentum. So as you do so, 3 shots ring out in the dead of the night. All coming from light sources. 1, 2, 3. But they're not aimed directly at you. They're sort of aimed in this area between Brita, Jurgen, and Bertolt. In
If
other
you are
words,
highlighting something, I am not seeing it.
oh, am I in the
Same.
wrong layer? Sorry. Okay. This is the trouble. You highlight on GM layer, you don't get to see it. There you go. 2, 3 shots ring out from these lights, but they're not aiming so much for like your head, so much as right in front of all 3 of you,
Warning shots, basically.
effectively. And pretty much as soon as those shots hit the ground, there's sort of an "ah" shout from directly above you. And a man wearing all black with a glowing blue charm around his neck hops onto the pile of meat.
Burrito's taking aim.
Hold on. Token layer. I gotta go to the token layer. There we go. Hops down on top of the pile of meat, and in his hand is sort of a ratty-looking bag, and it's glowing brightly. You know what this means. It means shards.
Wall shot?
Waldschrott.
Burrito's gonna...
Cowards, you say? Let's see how you fare. And he just drops the bag of shards onto the giant pile of meat and dives into the underbrush.
Oh no.
Damn it. I wanted to dome him in the head in the middle
You
of
can
a
try.
stupid rebuttal.
You can try, but the
Oh.
bag's going in the meat.
That's fine. I just wanted to dome the guy. Hang on. What do I roll again to dome the guy?
Phlegmatic.
Thank you. Oh shit, wait. Did I? Yeah, okay. Fuck. I think these are the stats from the season 2. Oh well.
We'll find out.
Are we gonna have the fight of
What
meat, man?
ties?
What?
What are you using for ties? Because that would be... That might
Shit, let
not
me-
be a success.
Let me pull up my fucking Google Docs character
Okay.
thing so I don't have to hop into the other game board.
Sounds good. This is our
Like-
first time doing combat in this system. It's okay.
The music is now ominous and spooky, so I'm assuming that we're in combat now.
Yes, you're officially in
we're
combat.
in combat.
There is an offensive action being taken by one of your teammates. Congratulations, you're in combat.
I screamed at him.
Good job. Alright, so what am I looking for again? Remind me.
You are looking for a talent that would win on ties with your rifle.
I mean, I have a talent for firearms.
Okay, then you would win on ties in there. How much damage do you do?
What do I roll for that?
Well, it's a fixed value. So you have a... Let's see here. Where's harm? You have a rifle, right?
Uh-huh. This is
Okay.
the improved one though, but I fucking forget what was improved about it. I think it was
It's
just
an Aderjaeger, right?
yeah.
It's got 6 barrels.
That's what it was. It was the shot capacity.
It's 1d12.
Okay.
Okay. He's literally shot in midair, diving off the pile, and oh, that's what it is. Hold on. He's literally shot in midair, diving off the pile, and you see the blood splatter. Like there is no doubt in your mind that he was hit. Can you see him even? Probably not.
I cannot see him.
Okay, but he basically dives into the underbrush, blood trailing on the leaves behind him. And now we have initiative. So, does anyone remember how to do initiative in the system?
Nope.
No.
Okay, choose. You can either do phlegmatic or choleric. Highest roll wins.
Don't we get a bonus for having readied weapons ahead of time?
Not in these rules.
Wow, Liam goes last.
No, actually, that's not how that works. Don't worry. Initiative is to determine something else.
Oh.
Because who really, or in which order you all go, doesn't matter so much as who goes first.
Oh.
So we're just literally determining who goes first. And it looks like it is going to be them. But that's beside the fact. Followed by Jurgen, and then you all will actually go there. But they
Cool.
get a chance to respond. Brita,
Yeah.
directly to your right, a shot rings out and a bright light focuses on you. Roll to dodge.
That's phlegmatic, right?
Mhm.
Hey,
You succeed.
Barrel
Bullet
roll.
whizzes right past you. All right, Jurgen, it's your turn.
Okay, so we've got the lights where they shine, right?
Yeah, that light is hanging there, but it's not. It doesn't seem to be as. In other words, it's still there, but it doesn't seem to be moving anymore. The other ones seem to be searching.
Okay. So, how far can I move in a single turn?
You can move your choleric or phlegmatic +1, walking and take an action, or you may run up to 5 times that distance in a single turn.
Then Jurgen's gonna run and basically leap on dramatically up on top of the pile of meat.
Okay. As you're on top of the meat, you can feel it squirming below you.
I take it trying to kick the shards out of the meat would be an action.
That's an action, yes.
Yeah, and unfortunately I can't take that when I've been running. Okay.
Nope. All right, whoever wants to go next can go next.
I'll go next. So we've got lights and a guy bleeding in a bush. Did any other
Yes.
enemies present themselves?
No, not yet.
Okay, then Britta's gonna aim in the direction of whatever shot at her, which is gonna be approximate, I imagine, because she can't see it. Okay. So estimated guess.
That's a miss. The light continues sort of blaring into your eyes, trying to make it harder for you to shoot.
It's working.
Yeah.
Is it that light?
Yes.
This shining in her light? Okay.
Mhm.
Can Elena try to sneak up behind this thing?
You could sure try.
All right.
And I remember hearing what you said were your talents before, but remind me.
Talents, hook and chain, tracking and trapping, imitating acting, sleight of hand, disguises.
Not sure any of those work with sneaking.
Tracking.
But are you really tracking them? Okay, I'll let you have that one.
I was gonna say.
Okay, where do you want to go?
I want to sneak up behind this thing right here. Can I actually see at this point if there's a person here?
Yes, you can. You see there's a person and they're sort of holding on to a strange, like, contraption.
All right. Can I take the hook and chain that I've readied in my hand and attempt to basically garrote them?
No, because readying is to use a weapon. You readied it, then you moved. You didn't ready it, then use it. It's not how readying works.
Am I still sneaky?
Yeah, for now.
Then I'm gonna. Can I push this guy out of the tree?
I guess you could try, yeah. Though technically you've taken an action in moving.
If that counts as taking an action, then.
Character walk. What it says is a character walks a number of spaces equal to their choleric or phlegmatic, or they may run up to 5 times the distance but cannot take a turn. Running, however, does not allow you to make an attack on the same turn without an appropriate maneuver. What should also be listed is if you're doing something on that move, you are basically using your action. How far did you move, by the way?
It was about 4 meters.
And what's your choleric plus phlegmatic?
Choleric plus phlegmatic?
Or choleric or phlegmatic +1?
It's +1.
Okay, then you've done it. You've moved.
All right, yeah. Then she's just.
So you're sneaky. You're still sneaky. You're just behind them.
All right, I will stay there.
Okay, so we've had Jurgen, Brita, Elena, Bertolt, and Hans. Up to you.
Bertolt will walk up to how much? What's the walking speed again?
It is your choleric or phlegmatic humor +1.
And what does that equate to in
Meters.
Meters, okay. Choleric plus phlegmatic plus what? Sorry.
Choleric or phlegmatic +1.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
You choose whichever one you want +1.
All right, I can walk up, and you can do that. You can still use an action when that,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Berthold's going to go in there and then try and shove his poleaxe into the meat to try and basically get the hopefully maybe get his axe under the bag of shards.
Okay, just to clarify, this is a big pile of meat, guys.
Oh,
So, you
okay.
know, it's something that literally Jurgen heroically jumped on top of, but we're talking like a small garbage pile. Just keep that in mind. I mean, like, it's tall. It's 6 foot tall and probably 4 to 5 feet across.
So it's the size of Jurgen?
Well, it is a poleaxe, so it is probably decently long. It's
Yeah.
it's going to be at least. So can I at least try?
You can try.
All right.
Okay, you're able to get down to the shards, but something seems to be grabbing your poleaxe.
What?
You actually can feel almost like a suction pulling the pole arm towards you.
That's not good. That's not good.
Hans,
So it's choleric or phlegmatic +1.
Yes.
Right? So if one of those is +2, I can move 3, right?
walking and then take an action unless you have a maneuver that overrides that. Or you can run up to 5 times that.
Oh, I will just do that, and I'll join the group in the meat pile.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Oops, accidentally clicked back. 1 second.
It's all right. All right.
Hans has joined the meat party.
Joined the meat party.
It's got my shaft.
The meat party has Berthold's shaft.
Hey.
I'm trying to think what would be the best option here. Unaware, and I gotta get to the right layer so you can see this. Unaware, the assailant with the contraption fires on Brita again because he doesn't know about Lena.
Well, that's unfortunate. All right, am I dodging again?
I assume so. Or you can take it. That's up to you.
I really don't want to take it, but I don't have a choice.
A bullet embeds into you for 4 damage.
Wow, wow.
Okay. Next up, hold on, I need to see what these. It's the trouble with things being invisible. Those of you that are on the pile, there is a burst of what almost sounds like a blunderbuss firing at you. Jurgen and Berthold, I need you both to roll dodge. Or not.
Oh, what are the armor rolls again? Sorry.
Armor reduces damage straight up. There's no roll for it.
Okay, and then so I have plate armor plus 1 adder plate.
Yes. So you
So
would
how much-
reduce damage by 1 point if you just choose not to dodge.
Oh, no, might as well. Okay, gotcha. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess Berthold would attempt to duck, and then like, do you know where the instructions coming from?
It's loud. It's there's a flash of yellow light.
Yeah.
versus blue light.
Yeah, okay,
coming
that's
right here. Oh, hold
yeah.
on. It's not marking. Hold on. Again, I'm on the GM layer. There you go. From right there.
That's
Literally
fine.
danger close.
Guess Berthold would attempt to duck down using the meat as cover.
Okay.
And that would be
Phlegmatic.
Yeah, thank you.
What you got that went on ties? Something about resilience or dodging or avoiding damage or.
Didn't know resilience could be something on there. I have pole arms, stamina, repair, intimidation, aerodynamy. As for my talents.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, then you take 1 less damage. You take 3 damage. Jurgen.
That would be phlegmatic to dodge, right?
Mhm.
Can I intimidate the bullets?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna take 3 damage then.
Because you also have a point of armor, right?
Yes.
Okay. Next up, a single bullet shot coming for you, Hans. Roll phlegmatic to dodge, or come up with something creative otherwise.
I'll just follow the crowd and go phlegmatic on this one.
Okay.
Get used to my 0 rolls, by the way.
Sorry, that was my laugh.
I'm wondering.
Something's not right with that math.
No.
Could you just do a 2d6 plus 1 for me?
There's an extra plus in there.
There's an extra plus
that should be a 9. I'm looking at the rolls. What he
Yeah,
just rolled
3 plus
should
5
be a 9.
should be a 9. Okay, then you succeed. Something's not right there. Yeah, you've got an extra plus in there somewhere. Let me take a look at your character sheet really quick. See, this is why I wanted to move to the second season one. Ah, you've got pluses and minuses. You only need minuses. There we go. I'm just going to roll this to test.
That looks better.
There we go. And the system looks correct. There we go.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, you succeed. Because a 3 plus 5 plus 1 somehow equals 0? All right, then. Fun times. All right. And jumping out of the tree comes one of the light operators. As soon as I can get him to pop onto the map. And he can't quite do much, but he can definitely run towards the pile, which would put him right about here. And a second operator also hops out of their tree, leaving their lights just kind of dangling. There's got to be a better way to switch between layers. There we go. And he can't get quite as far. The black-cloaked men approach with short swords. All right. There's one more enemy that gets a move. I'm sorry. Bertolt, you feel the suction on your polearm cease, and it actually pushes back on you. It's no longer trying to suck you into the meat pile.
Guys, my shaft is free.
Jurgen, you feel something brush across your leg, wet, cold, and hard. And Hans, you see something slither out of the bottom of the pile.
Sorry, you cut out just a little bit.
Sorry.
Something slither out.
Something slithered out from the bottom of the pile.
Is it something recognizable?
Yes. At least so much as a pile of bones and meat clinging to shards can be. A monstrosity, a shard beast, rises up from the pile of meat, mostly composed of ribs and other strange items.
What's the approximate size of it?
Well, it's wrapped around you pretty well on the map, if you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's bigger than the pile of meat, but it's mostly bone. It doesn't take an action so much as present itself.
It presents its
like,
pile of meat.
Hit it. I want to hit it just to see what happens.
Well, Jurgen has the initiative, so he goes first.
Yeah.
Jurgen's gonna hit it to see what happens.
Okay. Explain how you do it and give me a roll.
Jurgen throws his arms out in an open sort of challenge to the beast rising up before him, and then tries to deliver a heavy overhanded blow with the boarding axe to its face.
Does it have a face, technically?
And I'm assuming you have something that is a talent for a boarding axe. I'm pretty sure you do.
Yeah, axes is a talent.
Okay. Then that succeeds. Roll your damage. Do you remember what your damage is?
I do not remember my damage.
All right. One-handed long weapons, such as one-handed swords and axes, do 1d8.
I'll take
You
it.
do 7. The axe splits into the skull, but just cracks bone away. Literally, the flakes of bone falling out where the bottom jaw should be, back onto the pile of meat. It doesn't seem particularly fazed by it. but you've definitely left a significant cleft down the center of what would be the skull. That is, if the skull means anything to a beast of this type. All right, who's next?
I think I went after Jurgen.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay. Then let's see. I guess I'm gonna keep my focus on the light that headshot at me. But now is Elena successfully behind it?
Elena is successfully behind it.
Is that changing the light shining in my eyes
Nope.
at all?
Nope.
Okay.
Not yet.
Think of it like a spotlight, literally.
That's cool. So,
I swear
I
to
don't want
God.
to shoot it because now she's behind it. So, what's
But
the status on
do you
this
know
light
that
over
she's
here?
behind it?
You don't
I mean,
know.
yeah, she was to my side, and I imagine, like, wasn't she standing? Yeah.
I was in the trees, and then I suddenly vanished, and I didn't say anything.
Oh, cool. I'll shoot it then. I have a firearm skill.
All right. You shoot it. It basically there's a burst of flame, and then you see a man-shaped figure engulfed in flame. Elena, you see this quite well too, considering you're right behind the guy.
All right. Do I see anything interesting in the illuminated thing?
Well, you could see that there was a guy wearing a black cloak pretty well before, but now you can actively see that this man is on fire directly in front of you.
All right, cool.
So you were shooting at the light, not right, Rita?
Yeah, it's really all I have to go off of if I couldn't see the guy holding it.
Okay, so let me first of all bring him to the point you can see him, because he's now literally creating his own light, and the other light is destroyed. There we go. And now I got to go to map, and we got to destroy that light. There we go. And he takes 4 points of damage, so because he's burning. Where's my fire symbol? That works too. Elena, I guess it's your turn if we're following that.
All right. How far off of the ground am I at this point? Where is
Probably 20 feet.
20 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Do I see, like, what is this guy carrying anything at this point that isn't on fire?
Terror. Currently.
Terror isn't on fire.
He's holding a lot of terror in his joints,
That's-
yes.
Kick him off the tree.
That was the plan. I wanted to see if there was anything I could take from him first, though.
I mean, you could take his burning, clothes if you want, but then you'd have burning
Lena!
clothes.
Please! Not the pants. We don't need to hyper-focus on the pants.
His pants are on fire.
Is this cloak?
Good
He must
to
be
you.
a liar.
All of his
Lucas,
clothes
Lucas,
are
go
on fire.
home.
this kind of screws with my plan because I was gonna steal his cloak and try to sneak up on the other ones. All right, Elena just kicks him off the tree then, I guess.
Okay, he Wilhelm screams and falls to his death because that's what flaming minions do.
All right.
Continues to burn while on the ground.
Can I move for that since I did nothing?
Yeah, sure.
All right, she's gonna move
Okay.
towards the next light.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay,
Actually, no. That one.
that one. That's
Yeah.
quite a distance.
Yeah, I know I can't do it in one thing. I was thinking
No. Wow.
here.
Okay, that's fine. Yep, that's good.
I'm sneaky.
And while you're there, you can actually hear some labored breathing somewhere around you, but you can't see anyone currently.
Can I get a direction off of that? Is it coming below me, above me?
It's below you and slightly south of you.
All right, so it's about the same place where the twigs were thrown.
Yes, roughly.
All right. Cool.
Okay. Bertolt.
Like any proper Aderjaeger, Go for the weak spots. He's going to try and see if he finds any glowing things on this shard beast.
Oh, there's a dozen glowing shards.
Woo. Okay.
I mean,
anyone
literally, its spine is interconnected between like horse vertebrae and shards and pieces of like pig vertebrae and ham and just random assortments of meat and flesh.
Gotcha. Is he able to discern any of them that are brighter than the others?
No, they're all equally bright.
Okay. Well, he's going to chop it in half with his Aderjaeger skill.
Okay.
All right.
That's 2d12, right?
2d10.
2d10. Okay, sure. Give me first of all. Is that you still have to roll to hit, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Okay, but that's +2 to momentum. You're at +4.
All right, and then. Oh, come on.
7. You really do cleft quite deeply into it, but it just seems to scar the bone. It doesn't seem to cut through like you had intended. It's still quite a heroic strike, and you can see the beast curls back around like a snake, snapping its head to look at you, almost pulling the axe out of Jurgen's hand, but not doing so.
Come back to me, vile beast.
Okay. Hans.
I'm gonna continue the trend of attempting to smash this thing.
Okay. DPS is always good. Because it has a turn coming up, too.
Burn it
Yeah,
down
well,
before the mechanics kick in.
I'm just looking over my stuff again really quick.
Okay.
So, I have 2 one-handed weapons. So do I do 2d6, or is it just one at a time, 1d6?
It's one at a time.
Okay.
I agree. That's something that we should talk about when we go to the next level of rules. But for now, it's just one weapon at a time because each round is very, very short. We're talking 3-second rounds in this game.
Yeah.
The idea is when we learn the rules, it's supposed to be snap, 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 snap. But we're not there yet.
So, one roll to determine hit success first, right?
Yep. Determine if you hit, then roll damage.
Okay.
If you hit. Do you have anything that would win ties?
I don't know.
Okay. What talents do you have?
Nothing that really applies here.
Then-
I guess, yeah, I have like maces, alchemy, strength, intimidation, shields. That's all I got.
Are you using a mace?
Yeah.
Then that would apply.
Okay.
Yeah. So you do win on ties. You don't get any additional damage. Oh, hold on a second. Berthold, you did 9
Yes.
damage.
Oh, okay.
Because anything over 10 adds to your damage.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I want to take another 2 off of it. I gotta remember my own friggin' rules. Sorry about that.
Cool.
Okay, Liam, roll your damage then. It should be, because it's a mace, yeah, 1d6. All right. Oh, no, -5. All right. This thing is taking quite a beating, and it's reacting to it visibly now. There seems to be like a pulse of blue light sliding down its spine, but it's starting to show actually even more where these sort of cracks and damages you've done to it. It's almost glowing internally now. Its eyes are where its eyes should be, are glowing quite brightly, including light emanating from the crack in its skull as it sort of turns to face Hans and Berthold. It actually whips its tail back, and its sort of bone-encrusted, spiny tail slaps at both of you. I need dodges from both of you.
All right.
Okay.
Woo!
Hans, do you have anything for dodges?
Maybe. I actually misspoke when I said I had 2 weapons. I actually have a mace and a shield. I don't know
And a
if that counts.
I'm not sure, but I would say
It's not
Yes.
technically a dodge, but it's like another way to avoid damage.
Right. Again, I think we need to. Let's make a note that we need to visit that. This is the fun of a system that's in flux.
Burl
Okay,
uses his poleaxe to just basically parry the tail above him to not nearly missing his helm.
Yeah. Let's actually talk to the group. What do you all feel? Do shields count as part of dodging?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, it's up to you all. I mean, I'm
So
not
long,
sure.
like I think, so long as yeah, well, I think because you do sacrifice damage, and otherwise,
You do by almost half. You know.
I feel like there has to be some type of additional mechanic, like they're slower as a result afterwards, or I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Again, I think that's something we can talk about and should revisit. But I think since you're limited to one-handed weapons and not ranged weapons, really, except for small pistols, which only do 1d6, it's a trade-off. And since shields don't apply to armor level, yeah, I think I'd accept that. Because otherwise, if shields applied to armor level, that'd be kind of... I could be a little broken. We'll see. I think I'll accept it. I'll accept that as for now. So, +1 goes... We're at 5 momentum, guys. Halfway to something cool. All right. It gets one more attack. It strikes out, attempting to headbutt you, Jurgen.
Okay.
Jurgen, he's a lotion now.
Fighting back isn't a thing in this system anymore, is it?
No.
Okay.
Not really.
Then I am just going to go ahead and attempt to dodge it.
I mean, let me put it this way. You can use either choleric or phlegmatic to either dodge or quote-unquote fight back, but you don't do damage so much as prevent the attack.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh,
Just because I'm pretty sure it says that, but I'm not sure.
Then more or less, since it almost wrenched the axe out of my hand, I'm going to more or less just smack it away with the flat of the axe to avoid the headbutt.
Okay.
And since I do have the specialty in axes, that will
Yes.
turn that into a success.
Okay. Cool. I will accept that. All right. Now the slightly harder to sort of deal with. Oh, no, I gotta select him. Dang it. Monster's too big. Hold on. There we go. Another black cloaked assailant jumps onto the pile of meat and begins to fight Jurgen
Okay.
with its sort of machete or short sword, sort of a gross messer, as it were.
I'm gonna try and actually, I'm banking off of what I just did with the deflecting the headbutt. I'm gonna say I attempt to deflect the headbutt into his blow, avoiding damage. So I'm gonna roll another choleric.
Okay. Since that is not changing mechanics so much as changing scene, I'm okay with that. Okay, and that's +3. That gives you guys to 8 in momentum.
There we go.
Y'all don't remember at all what momentum does, do you?
We get something really fancy when we get our momentum to 10.
While that happens, this gentleman runs. He's not able to make it. There are 3 more shots ringing out from the forest. Jurgen, Bertholt, Blunderbuss. Actually, no, he's reloading. Never mind. Sorry, ignore that. He's reloading. Light pistol, Hans. I forgot. He takes a round.
Sorry, can you say that again?
You have a pistol shot coming at you from the trees.
Yeah, let me try to think.
That succeeds. Brita, you have a rifle shot arcing towards you.
Oh no.
That's not good. Hold on, I rolled away from things. Since they do average damage, 6. That would be 6.
6
Although-
damage?
I think that would kill you.
That would kill me.
Do you have any armor?
I've got 1. Hang on.
Then you took 1 less damage last time and would take 1 less
Oh.
damage this time.
Okay, that's gonna be a 8 then. Oh. I'm just gonna on the ground. Let me know when you guys are done.
Okay, but we need to now roll something.
Uh-oh.
You need to roll 2d6. So a circumstance check. 3. Oh, it's worse than it seemed. Take an additional point of harm.
Ah!
Brita, you're
Oh.
down. You're not
I
dead.
am-
You're down.
Unconscious or just out?
If you choose to be, you may be. You're actually quite out of the battle currently, so.
Oh, that's fine. I'll be out of the battle. I'm just, yeah, I'll just hang. You guys let me know when you're done.
Okay. That's everyone on the enemy side. Jurgen. I'm assuming Brita shouts out something.
Fuck!
There you go.
Okay, shit. Jurgen, calls out into the night, Elena, help Brita! And then attempts to smash the, fucking shard beast in its stupid face again.
Can I have someone else help me? She'll kill me.
You're unconscious. Stay in character.
Oh, you told me I couldn't be conscious if I wanted.
Well, okay, fine. 10. Yes, that would definitely succeed. Roll your damage. 4. Alright. It doesn't seem to phase it so much, unfortunately.
What do I need to roll to get Jesus to smite it?
Do you have a move that says Jesus smites things?
Yeah, it's called sucking off the DM.
Yeah, it's called slipping the DM $20 under the table.
Roll a 12? I mean, get a +2? Get a momentum roll?
I rolled a 12.
No.
A for effort. You should have been specific, Jay.
I guess you're correct. Roll a 12 legitimately? Okay. Berthold. Actually, it's Elena's turn. Sorry. Because it can't be Brita, so Elena. No, that does not count.
Elena, shit.
Elena shits. Moving on.
Is Brita stable?
I'm at a 9. Like, what do you
Yeah.
think?
All right. Elena's gonna move back to Brita and basically ask her to help coach her through doing her own first aid.
Brita spits blood at her. Not voluntarily, but she opens her mouth and blood gets spat at Elena.
Okay.
All right. So
If
I
you-
guess I'm on my own then.
If you pull out her thing, maybe there are instructions sewn into it. Want to make a circumstance roll to see if it's one of those packs?
Let's try.
It's a really fancy thing. No,
Oh my god, no.
no. Unfortunately,
Elena.
the instructions are in Chinese.
Nice callback. Shit.
Well, I will tell you this. Now, this is not taking an action as far as combat. If you want to roll melancholic, that would be calculating methodical. It'd be pretty easy to realize what you do with these syringes full of black fluid.
I mean, don't I need to stabilize her first?
That's
by
what you'd be
stopping the
doing.
bleeding?
No. This you gotta understand. Elixir, quite literally, is a miracle drug. It's using the power of adder blood and humors to literally stop bleeding, clot, and stabilize someone all at one time.
All right, we'll try
The only
that.
reason Aderjaegers can actually work. Okay. You got anything that'll win on dice?
20.
Uh,
Come on, I'm rooting for you.
all right, so we got sleight of hand, so that's dexterity. I mean, so that means she can do the plunger good.
Yeah, come on. I know you can think of something. There's got to be something there.
If she's good with disguises and makeup, that means that she's gonna have to be good at sewing.
Horsemanship. You know how to use veterinary medicine.
I don't
There you
have
go.
horsemanship.
What?
Oh
You do it? At least I have.
I'm gonna die.
I
That's,
see tracking, climbing, horsemanship, sleight of hand, con arts. So that's not accurate anymore, is it?
no, it's not.
Shit, what do you have?
Hook and chain, tracking and trapping, imitation, sleight of hand, and
Can you
disguises.
imitate a doctor?
Yeah, I can do my best to imitate.
Did she stay at a Holiday Inn Express?
Now that's a nice throwback.
Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ, dude.
I'm gonna die, but I'm going out funny.
All right. Roll it. Roll 2d6 plus melancholic. Please don't roll a 2.
All right, so that's a 2d6 plus melancholic is 0.
Okay. But at least it's a 6. Oh my god, thank goodness. 6
Rita
to 8.
puts a-
They
puts a
suffer from
hand on
addiction
Elena's
to adder
face.
blood. Talented healers may be able to heal their patient rolling 6+, but they still suffer from addiction.
Can, like, for future reference, obviously not right now, can
Yeah.
Brita apply that treatment to herself?
Not
Like-
7+, you can't.
That's fair.
Sorry. It says to use an elixir to stabilize and heal someone else at 7+.
Boo.
So-
Semantics.
Remove 1 elixir,
Yeah, I'll do that.
and you have an addiction to adder blood, which you carry on you every day.
That's
Congratulations.
fine.
Also-
That's fine.
Roll a melancholic check to test your will, Elena. No, Elena.
Yeah.
You
I
literally
had
just
this thought.
handled adder blood.
Mom,
No. You
Take
give
care
yourself
of
an
Damocles
injection.
for me.
Elena, you shoot up as well, and you both pass out.
Just injected into my veins.
motherfucker.
Also, you are down to like 1 stock, I think, if I remember correctly.
That was my last stock that she just shot up with
Well,
instead of
you're at
saving
least
my life.
you're at 6 now. You're stable. Elena is tripping, and you both are
Wait, what
comfortably
stabilized
unconscious.
me? I thought she just fucked everything up.
No, 6. She rolled a 6. That's enough.
I
Oh.
saved you. I deserve that shot, thank you.
Yeah, no, you didn't. Wait, does that mean that I'm at 6 harm?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I said, elixirs are as close to magic as you currently have access to.
Okay.
It's also a horribly addictive drug. And you're
Alright.
addicted to it, and Elena's addicted to it, and you both just shot up what was left of your stock.
No. She shot up what was left
Okay,
of my
that's
stock.
right. That's right.
I didn't get any benefit.
So you are both tripping comfortably over here.
Oh boy.
He's tripping comfortably.
Just a
Great.
horrible half.
Okay,
There goes my plans to help from the shadows.
Berthold.
Berthold got pissed that his Adderfluch didn't work that well. So he's gonna do it again with a big mighty bellow and
I
just
like
basically start trying to chop the thing and just like as much as he can, just up and down, up and down, up and down.
Okay, go for it.
I
And
do
you
have
ha-
full
I-
arms.
Okay, roll your damage. Oh, I was really hoping that was a 12, so you get your momentum attack right afterwards, too. That's 2d10, right?
Yeah. That's a bit better.
Hey! You literally do cleave it in half. Like literally cleave it in half, and there's sort of a clinking noise as there's sort of a moving vibration through it as it literally falls to the ground in pieces. The shards just kind of rolling off into the dirt and snapping. Their magic spent. And I'm going to remove it simply because it's a gigantic token. There we go. So we can actually see what's left of this combat.
Berthold is bellowing at the top of his lungs now, and can he move since you can do one move action,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
he
you
is
can.
going to start stomping over the rest of the meat towards this goober yelling at the top of his lungs.
Okay, Hans.
I'm gonna attempt to smash again.
Smash.
I have an ability that's 2d6 damage, so
Okay.
first roll for success.
This guy has not been hit yet. That's a hit. Roll your damage. Whoa, there we go. That's 12. You effectively smash him into nothingness. His body rolls limp onto the ground, his eyes glowing blue, as you displace his mask he had been wearing to hide. Upon doing that, you hear rustling in the trees, and two of the lights near the meat pile disappear. It's their turn now. This guy is dead. Got one shot by Hans.
Yeah.
The other guy reaches the pile, but I think that's him running, so I really don't think he can go any further. So he basically gets on the pile and stands up. And then... Whoa.
Fucking finally!
Sorry, my wife scared me playing a video game.
Oh my god.
She scared me too.
Woo! There we go. There's a shout from next to the meat pile where the injured first warrior had dropped the pile of had sort of discarded himself into the forest as he comes leaping onto the pile and strikes at Jurgen.
Okay.
Aha! Actually, he is at 6.
Damage, you stupid gun.
Let's parry his dumb shit.
That's 11. That's 9. All right. It is Jurgen's turn again.
As the wounded guy sort of triumphantly hops on the pile and immediately gets parried, I'm gonna attempt to turn that into a stroke to just take his head off.
Okay.
Aw,
You do not.
That's alright.
Actually, yes, you do.
Do
Well,
what?
you hit anyway. 6 to 8 is where if you win on ties, axes.
Oh,
You win
okay.
on ties.
Yeah, alright.
Again, we're using the old system, so I just have to check myself every once in a while. 5 or below is a complete win. 6 to 8, you do 1 damage. He is less than impressed, but he is still sufficiently bloody.
He has a closer shave now.
Yes. Brita,
Hello.
you are comfortably numb, but you are able to stand up now if you want.
Oh shit, I can stand.
Yes.
Can
Not
I?
take act. You can get yourself up at this point.
I'm assuming I can look down and see an empty syringe sticking out of Elena's arm.
Yes, most likely.
Oh, that's awesome. So that's just, noted. And then I'll get up. And,
As you see it, you have this like strange pang. Like a hunger you've not ever experienced before.
I'm assuming being into medical stuff, she'd know exactly what the fuck that's about.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah. So that's great. She'd kind of use her gun to try to, almost like a shitty crutch, and try to steady herself a bit and just very weakly yell out, "How's everyone else doing?"
Indiscriminate screaming from the background.
Alright, good.
Elena?
Am I high? Am I passed out? What's
You're
going on?
high. You're not passed out. You can probably sit up. I wouldn't say you're able to get up yet. You just finally got your what you've been hoping for several days now. This is the
All
good
right.
shit.
Then she's just gonna appear relaxed and pretty laid back and happy and no nail biting.
Okay. Berthold.
Well, the guy that he was going for is dead, but since he's kind of like in a rage right now, he's not going to really notice because there's another guy there. So he's going to stomp through the meat between Hans and Jurgen and deliver an overhead swing at this guy's head.
Okay. This guy, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Give me that roll. That succeeds. Roll your damage, sir. Just realized I have to get something ready. 8. Ooh, you strike him true, and he staggers back and slides a little bit down the meat pile, but he's still holding on. His weapon's still in his hand. All right,
I will
Hans.
smite you down.
Hans will attempt to resume the battering.
Whoop! Or actually, I'm sorry.
That's it.
I'm saving this.
They're just destroying me here. I'm gone. I'm gone. Cheaters.
It's kind of irrelevant now because everyone's dead, but momentum action! Do your damage, Liam. 6, that fells him. Jurgen, free action.
Let's take a swing at the dude who I just gave a nice little shave to.
Okay. You don't have to roll. Just do your damage. Also, I need to restart the music for the battle.
Yeah.
5, that fells him. There's no available targets left. So congrats.
Yeah, Berthold's going to be pissed and start hacking away at the meat with his free attack.
I attack the darkness with magic missile.
This
Kind
is a
of.
Kingdom Hearts.
Just chunks of meat and fat and bone just flying all over the place like a loose blender.
Bones and shards. There's still lights up in some of the trees.
Oh, there is?
Mm-hmm. But there doesn't seem to be any. They're not moving anymore.
Ah, okay.
They seem to be abandoned by whoever was manning them before.
Elena? Brita? Are you alive
Hello.
back there?
Yeah.
Almost.
Yep, she's fine.
Shut up, Elena.
Elena just shrugs.
My token is buried under all the other tokens, and I can't touch it. Actually, I can't touch
You have
any token.
become one with the meat.
Oh, wait, no, I was on the wrong thing. Never mind, my bad. Jurgen's gonna go ahead and start stomping back to the, ladies and look down upon them, covered in blood and meaty viscera.
What's up, dude?
Rita's got holes in her.
That's not a time appropriate response. Try again.
She's high.
It
Still.
doesn't transcend the period.
Was she injured?
I don't know what her deal was. And she just kind of points to the holes in her like Swiss cheese. I was injured, and I believe that vial, and she points to the syringe sticking out of Elena's arm, was supposed to go in me.
Jurgen's
No.
gonna look at Elena. He's gonna walk right over and attempt to crack her in the nose with the flat of his axe.
That's 1d. That's phlegmatic versus choleric, if I remember correctly.
Ah, damn.
You miss.
That was intentional, it was just a bluff. Haha.
Would you like to fight back, Elena, or
Does she get like a problem with the dice for being stoned off her ass?
Not currently in this rule set.
Oh,
As
Like I said, we got
Like
stuff to
cocaine.
cover in 3.5.
as
It's like
Bertolt
cocaine.
starts to calm down and just his battle adrenaline just gets to subside, he kind of like thinks and everything. Didn't they mention that there was a lindworm from this area?
Jurgen's still sort of huffing after Elena deftly dodged his axe by probably like drunkenly lurching around in super graceful fashion, just whirls around towards Berthold. Yes, they did. But those lanterns, those lights up there, there's something about them. I'd like to examine one.
Elena just
I'd like
immediately
to lay
plans and
down.
climbs.
Can we get these two idiots back to the caravan?
excuse you. I did things.
All right. Elena went and climbed one of the trees. I do have a maneuver that can be used called cat-like reflexes when failing a climbing check, provide an opportunity to roll again. So she kind of fudges, then catches herself and continues on her way up,
Okay.
and then comes back down with whatever the lampy, glowy thingy is.
It's effectively what would be called a storm lantern. It's unidirectional. In other words, there's a lens, and there seems to be a shard and some other machinery inside that, as long as adder blood is flowing across the shard, a very strong light is produced, which is amplified by a sort of magnifying lens, which makes it point outwards. It's a very handy piece of machinery, and one that's not necessarily cheap to come by, even in civilized world. But for what you can tell, these were being used by Waldschrott. Waldschrott are not generally considered people of means.
Interesting. Well, I see 3 more. Elena, would you make yourself useful and collect the other 3? And Berthold, would you make sure that she comes back with all 3 and does not pocket one? Brita, let's return you to the caravan to rest.
Yes, please.
Let's go. Up the
I
trees with
need
you.
to be sewn up.
All right. Do I need to do a roll for every single one of these?
No.
Cool.
This is the wrap it up portion of the scene. We assume if you take the time that you can get every single one of them safely.
Is there 4 in total? Because I see one right over here too.
Yeah, there's 4 in total.
Okay.
I do not have the ability to move things on the map, so
No, you don't need to.
no, I didn't figure. Otherwise, the Lindworm can come back and Mr. Wriggles can do a dance.
Oh god.
Yes. All right. Back in the inn.
The Eric with a K in.
Yes, the Eric with a K inn.
Wait,
Which is
hold
a
up.
very long name to put on a sign, but Eric is trying.
Hold up one sec.
Yes.
Did we collect the shards from the shard base?
No, we did not.
They
should
were cracked.
Oh, okay.
Whoops.
It happens. Now, there might have been more in that pile.
Shit, we should have searched that.
Probably. It would take time and you'd smell of meat strongly afterwards. But there are shards.
Yeah, can we say that after we got Brita to the caravan, we went and searched the pile of meat? Is anybody else down for searching a pile
Give
of meat?
me a circumstance roll
Okay, so that's just basic 2d6?
while you're away. That's a 9. Okay, yeah, you're able to come back and search the pile. You do notice that there seems to be less meat there than there was before.
Ah, shit.
Which could be all sorts of things. You know, scavengers. Maybe the Waldschrott came back to get some of the meat,
How much meat is
etc.,
missing?
etc. I'd say probably a horse's worth.
Yeah, Lindworm. We're gonna have to find that thing and kill it.
We are going to have to find that monster and kill it. It seems though it might be... It might be being tended to by some sort of Waldstrat community in the area.
Well, I imagine if there's still meat here, that's going to be back tomorrow. I say we park our little cannon friend and hide it somewhere, and then give the Lindworm a little bit of a greet next night, tomorrow night.
We can make camp somewhere nearby, somewhere secluded.
Okay, well, it's not doing as much damage as I thought he was.
Okay. So you're leaving the pile for tonight, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, after we search it for shards.
Shards.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1d4.
Where?
Somebody, anybody.
There he is.
That
3.
works.
That works. You find 3 shards.
What do I have to do?
Excellent.
Meat clinging to it, but has not seemed to form anything devious yet.
Okay, then I will wipe the meat off on Elena.
What
Elena's too high to notice.
Yeah.
No, we'll
No,
just
that's
carry it back, find Elena, and just wipe the shard on her to get the
While
meat off.
she's in the bed.
Yeah. Just like
Well,
right on her
Elena's too high to
cheek,
notice.
just like right down the cheek, just smeared on her.
You know, this is a really good way to get somebody like alienated from your troop, and then they wind
You're
up turning
already
into
alienated
Waldstrat,
from the troop.
and then. All right.
You took my drugs.
She's just gonna go and join the Waldstrat community.
Is it a Waldstrat retirement community? They've got a nice little suburb set up in the
What are
hills.
the benefits like in that?
Endless
All
adder
the
blood.
stock you can drink.
Little shard-powered wheelchairs zooming around elderly Waldstrat.
Oh my
It
god.
sounds fucking amazing. Sign me up.
They've got little shard beast cats just roam around everyone's
Oh,
garden.
God. Occasionally, 2 shard-beast cats gets too close to each other and they start fusing together to become
Yep.
some sort of bigger shard-beast cat with twice as many
It's
limbs.
a push me, pull me cat, shard beast cat.
Yeah.
Oh my
Got a head
god.
on both ends.
There's one that walks around that's just got an ass on both ends.
Oh my god.
All right. But that sounds like that's pretty much the end of that encounter then. So you all return to rest. Not being back long, Eric with a K pesters you, Jurgen, at least politely, as to what you had found. Did you see the Lindworm?
We did not see the Lindworm, we saw Waldstrat.
But-
Your little meaty offering was drawing them in, and they were attempting to create shard beasts with it. Indeed, they did create a shard beast with it, but we slew it. You are welcome.
That we did.
That's strange. We've actually had a reduction in the amount of shard beasts in our area lately, especially since we started leaving the meat out. You said they tried to create one?
Indeed, they poured shards all across your offering.
Well, why would they do that? What do they have to gain from that?
Is Elena there, or is she's high?
It's up to you, depending on how high you want to be at this point.
I'm gonna say that she's probably sobered up. Well,
Okay.
you know, they only did that in response to them to you yelling at them.
I forget, kid. Waldstrat control shard beasts.
No. At least as far as you know, no. Out of character, yes, they can. Well, they can domesticate shard beasts.
Kitty.
It is
Like
the,
there are shard beast horses, quasi horses that Waldstrat can tame because they have a similar connection,
It is
but
the,
they can't really control. Sorry.
It's alright. It is the devil's servants conspiring together. They are both born of the same blue heresy. It would not surprise me if your drop in Shard Beast in the area is somehow related to these abominable creatures and some nefarious plan of theirs.
Eric looks confused, but doesn't seem to have the words or intelligence to argue.
Haha, I have baffled him with my wit. I tip my clap visor, m'lady.
He looks
Rita
like
dies.
he wants to.
She got
He
cancer.
looks like he wants to counter that, but you can tell he's not sure what would be the right choice of words, and eventually just lets the subject die and goes and gets you all some warm broth.
Jurgen will drink the broth.
Coming back with some ale, he says, "So you'll be going out and hunting the walled shrub now, I'm assuming?"
Yes, we must find where these creatures nest and root it out with fire, of course.
Well, there is. I don't know if I should tell you this, because. Well, have you ever heard of the Eschenfrau?
No.
The Eschenfrau, well, the term is older than the adders, but it used to mean an ancient guardian, a giant ash tree. And supposedly they, well, that's where the Waldschrott like to build their communities, underneath I don't want to say roots, but underneath the arbor of a gigantic adder. The Aschenfrau is huge, unmoving adder, basically, with limbs as wide as this town. Seems it'd be a difficult challenge for you to encroach on something like that. Out of character, yes, Kayla. Eschenfrau is Ashen Woman. It's referring to the ash tree, like a white guardian spirit tree.
I know some German now. Yay!
Would
On this guy.
the party have ever heard of adders that big before?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's adders. There's been speculation and rumors talking about adders that are literally bigger than mountains. So one the size of a town wouldn't be that surprising.
Okay.
Now, one styled like a tree. You might have heard rumors, depending on how much you have in adder anatomy. But as far as like having seen one, no one's seen an Eschenfrau. Ever. They're pretty much only from rumors. No one's ever brought proof or ever brought home any trophies of one.
An interesting and potentially terrifying tale should it prove true. But it still does not change what we must do. These monstrosities must be rooted out and their nefarious plans undone.
Oh, that's what I'm supposed to be hitting. Okay.
Bertolds thinks for a moment. What about the priests? They've been hounding us to get the remains of the our last adder down the road. They keep talking about how it's going to decay if we delay any longer.
How far are we from Adershield?
That sounds like a time to go to the map.
It is.
You are at Daggold, which is right here. No, not from the name, from the castle. There you go. You're about 4 days.
Okay. Well, it will be about a 4-day journey from here to Adershield. At the very least, we need to follow up on these Waldschrott. We have attacked and killed them, and I sincerely doubt we killed them all. Especially since we saw some of those lights wink out before they before the end of the conflict, there could be retribution
Shoot.
in their hearts for killing their companions and foiling whatever they plan to do with that meat offering.
I would check with the priest then to see how we can wait.
It is a good idea, Bertolt. Let us know what sort of time frame we're working with, please.
Berthold would nod and go try to find the priest and figure out from them how long it would, how long they expect they could hold out before they got to Adershield.
As you get there, you find one of the brothers of St. Hubert visibly distressed. Though obviously everyone else has settled down for the night, the three of them are actively picking up parts that are falling off of the carcass at this point. You can see they're stitching as they're trying to literally like bring almost a wrapping underneath it to prevent any more loss of tissue from underneath the sled.
Oh, that doesn't look too good.
Berthold, yes, are we leaving? Can we leave yet? I fear the body won't last too much longer in these conditions. It's much warmer this far south.
Oh, how much longer you expect? It's a 4-day trip to Adershield.
Any additional day, I mean, we have it. It will take the time it takes, but any tallying, if we could go a few nights without sleep, perhaps we could make better time.
Do you have any, like, when you get to Adershield, do you have any facilities to preserve the thing?
We have some storage tanks that might be able to stop further degradation, but nothing permanent. Unfortunately, nothing we could have brought with us.
Okay. Yeah, because we've got a little bit of a oh crap, my mind has went blank.
Waldshot?
Yeah, well, thank you. We got a little bit of a walled shot problem, and we don't know if they're going to attack Nagol or even us as we go along. To Adershield.
Waldshot? There's Waldshot everywhere. We must get this rare specimen to Adershield.
If they're anything like those wimps from before, it'll be no problem. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'll go tell Jurgen. He needs to know this. And then Berthold would go tell Jurgen. They're fussing about it. They said that the sooner we go, the better. Otherwise, it's probably going to fall apart. They really didn't seem to care about the walled shot.
No, I can't imagine they would. Never enough time to pursue and burn all the heretics, is there?
Never.
You know, I have to wonder if there has been some sort of conspiracy amongst this town. I mean, they did leave the meat for those creatures. Surely someone here must have known its true intents. Or at the very least, they must have eyes and ears listening. Perhaps we can kill two birds with one stone by making our intention to return to Adershield known. Let them think that we are retreating, that we are walking away in glory and victory, and they will come to us upon the road.
Well, hopefully they don't. There's not too many of the walled shot out there, but I think that's a fine plan. And then, if that does occur, they might want a investigation into Nagol.
At the very least, yes, an investigation once we have delivered this corpse. It is too valuable to simply let decay.
And at this late hour, Elise walks in with a stag over her shoulders.
The hell have you been?
Hi.
Elise looks at the injured Brita and looks over at Elena, who asked where has she been. I've been hunting. I told you that when we landed at Naggold. That's
She's
what this is, and
fine.
she dumps the deer onto the tavern's heavy table.
Thank you, love.
At that, Jurgen would slowly push his chair out and stand up and walk over to Elise, and the corners of his lips would pull up into a smile. Thank you, Elise.
Is something wrong with your face, Jurgen?
No, I just wanted to say thank you. You have been a valuable contribution to this company. Elena, I want you to also know that while she has been out hunting, you have thieved from this company. You have stolen black bile that you did not need to take. If it happens again, I'm cutting off one of your hands.
Elise
That was
looks
in
very
character.
concerned and confused.
That's rough. I thought you would just get some lashes, but hey, you're the boss.
Elena just kind of glares at Jurgen, says, "If it comes to that, I won't be here."
We'll find you.
I need bile.
Elena would push out her chair at this point, sensing all of the hostility, kind of sigh and go, "I'm gonna go and see if I can find her some stock."
Don't use it this time.
Jurgen doesn't say anything and just resumes his deep frown.
Elise slips out the side room because she's rather disturbed by everyone's tone.
Bye, Elise.
And with that, the inn starts sort of wrapping up and sort of motioning for people to get some sleep as the early morning hour is coming. And with that, I think we'll draw this episode to a close. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We hope now that we've gotten some of our scheduling issues sorted that we'll be a little more regular. A lot more story to come and the adventures in Aderjaeger. Thank you for joining us. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.